morning friends, and today in this video we are going to discuss about the Snowflake service consumption model. So as we know, basically Snowflake have many component, right? We are aware that Snowflake have warehouse, cloud service layer, and we have storage account, right? Now in this video, basically we are going to discuss about all the Snowflake components for which we are charged. There are some hidden cost, there are some services which we are not aware. Basically, how Snowflake charge us for those services. For example, cloud service is one of them, right? Cloud service behind the scene, it does lot of work when, but just think of as a user, basically what we do, or as a Snowflake administrator, or as a Snowflake account administrator. So basically what we does, we just have a access to the virtual warehouse, right? This is what basically we can create, or this is the only component where mostly we play around. We can scale them up, we can scale them out, we can do horizontal scaling, we can resize them, we can suspend them, we can resume them, right? So most of the activities we does around the Snowflake, sorry, around the virtual warehouse, right? So what we think, okay, virtual warehouse is one component for which we are charged. Now storage layer is another component for which we are charged. But what about cloud service layer? What about many different other services, right? We have Snowpipe, we create metallized view, we create hybrid tables, we create cluster tables, right? So we, apart from virtual warehouses and storage layer, we will charge for even for these components also. Because when I create metallized view, right, so metallized view is built on the base table. So whenever base table is having a multiple updates, insert, deletes, so it means my metallized view has to be updated accordingly, right? So that updation will happen through some service which will be internally managed by cloud service layer, right? And cloud service layer will be doing some mechanism to refresh my metallized view, right? So which means for refreshing metallized view also there is some cost. Same for hybrid tables also, right? So everything, all this concept, the minute level information, the how cloud service layer, how other serverless features for which we do not do anything, or for which we do not explicitly create any virtual warehouse, or we do not spin any service explicitly, how we were charged. So everything we are going to cover here, and by the end of this tutorial or this video, you will have a very good understanding of how, or basically how this costing model works in the Snowflake, and what are those different components, and how those components are, or how those components basically add cost to the project. So everything we are going to discuss today. So basically in this video, basically we are going to cover virtual warehouses. We all are aware, and I think we are having a very good understanding of basically how warehouses are being charged. So that is we are going to cover storage layer. So storage layer, okay, we thought, so whatever data volume is sitting in my storage, for that I am going to charge. But no, that is not the case. So that also we are going to cover in storage, how we are going to charge. Then we have data transfer, ingress and egress, plus data sharing. We will learn about how we used to charge for when data is coming inside. So whenever any data is coming inside this Snowflake, it's free. So ingress is free. The data which is coming inside is free. Whenever data goes outside this Snowflake, whenever data goes outside this Snowflake, there are some charges. But how or what are those charges, we are going to get inside this video. Then as I said, cloud services and serverless features. So these two services, they overlap each other. And by the end of this video, when we'll go to section this cloud services and serverless feature, you will come to know how this service add cost to our project, or how we are charged for these services. Then hybrid tables. So I have put hybrid tables also because there is a different mechanism which Snowflake follow for this hybrid table. For hybrid table, storage pricing is also different. Even storage container is also different. And there are other services which runs, when you select or when you insert. So there is a, both cost for selecting also and for, inserting also. Both the costs are associated with hybrid table. So that is the reason I have put hybrid tables also under today's discussion. And I'm telling you 1, 2, 3, these 6 services will or add, I would say 80 to 85 percentage to your project cost. If you have good knowledge about the 6 services, I'm telling you, you will be in position to correlate, okay, from which feature or which layer that cost is coming and why it is coming, what is the calculation, that will help you to fine tune your overall architecture. So let's start. So now virtual warehouses, right? Earlier we were just having the standard warehouse, or now they have split it, or now they have Gen 1 standard warehouse, which is the original one. Now along with this they have this Gen 2 warehouse also, right? So but we are going to discuss around the Gen 1 standard warehouse only. So the difference between Gen 1 standard warehouse and Gen 2 standard Gen 2 warehouse is, you can see from screen itself, that in Gen 1 standard warehouse, the credit consumption was, linear across any cloud provider you select. Whether it's AWS, whether it's GCP, whether it's, Azure, if it is X small, it will be charged for 1 credit per hour. If it is 6 XL, you will be charged for 112 credit per hour. But in Gen 2 warehouse, that is not the case. In AWS, it's 1.35. In Azure, it's 1.25. I have not included GCP. For GCP also, it's different. Yeah. So first difference between Gen 1 standard warehouse and Gen 2 standard warehouse is, yes, your pricing is different. If you goes from AWS, Azure, or GCP, in all the 3 places, the credit consumption per hour is not linear. It will vary. Whereas in the Gen 1 standard warehouse, that was linear. Okay. Now we all know the sizing. So basically Snowflake does not give, vCore kind of sizing to us. Let's say we need to select a 2 vCore machine, 4 vCore machine, 6 vCore machine. Here the sizing is t-shirt sizing, which start with XS and goes till XL. Even we have bigger than 6XL, but in most of the cases 6XL is the, it suffices most of our problems and use cases. So that is the reason I just, taking the sizing till 6XL, and start with 1 credit consumptions, per hour with XS, and it goes up to 112 to 6XL. And as you move from one size to another size, you can see from here the credit consumptions become double. 1 to 2, then 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, right? So it's double. Plus, we have seen, we are going to use, we will do some whiteboarding also when, things come where I feel that I need to, do some whiteboarding to let you people understand things more clearly. So we will do that thing also. So basically this section is going to be a mixed PPT plus whiteboard. Also, the minimum charge whenever you spin any virtual machine is 60 seconds. So I think in my earlier videos also I have demonstrated this. So let's take a one example. So let's say we have, let's say I have taken a one small virtual warehouse and I ran it for 55 seconds. Again, same small warehouse, I ran it for 6 seconds. Then again, same small warehouse and I ran it for 68 seconds. So as I said, whenever you spin any virtual warehouse, the minimum you will charge is 60 seconds. So for this also, minimum you will charge for 60 seconds. Even you ran it just for 6 seconds, you will be charged for 60 seconds. But here in this case, when you ran it for 68 seconds and you stopped, you will be charged for minimum 60 seconds, and after that your per second billing will start, means 8 seconds. So after that, once you completed your initial 60 seconds, then your per second billing is applicable. Yeah, basically this is how credits are consumed. You have some, let's say, small size VM and you ran it for 2 hours, 2 credits will be used. Also, one more important thing I would like to understand you people. So basically, Snowflake is having a two type of offering, right? So Snowflake basically, Snowflake have two type of offering. One is on demand. Other is your commitment base or capacity base. On demand, you can think of like a postpaid connection. You use and pay. Got it? Whereas in capacity base, what you do? Basically, you commit and agree upfront. Yeah, upfront to a some capacity or some amount. What you will tell to Snowflake? That I commit to, let's say, uh, 5 million, or let's say, yeah, let's say 5 million, or let's say 0.5 million of cost annually. So what Snowflake will do for this worth? So Snowflake is going to give you a lot of discount. It again depends on negotiation with Snowflake. So probably you will get 40% to 45% or more discount. Yeah, on the rates basically, and they will assign you some credit on the basis of negotiation you are done. So let's say in 0.5 million you are going to get somewhere around, let's say, some, just the hypothetical figure, let's say 5,000 credits, okay, for a year, or 3 year or 5 year, not sure, we need to so all these discussion are basically with the Snowflake team, or 5 year. let's say you commit to more amount. You says, let me commit to 5 million. Got it? So probably you will get more. Let's say 20,000 credit. And those credit you have to consume within the time for which you have agreement. Let's say if it is 2 years, you are going to use these credit within 2 years. And after that, it will not roll over. Got it? So see, on the first day you are not going to get basically what will be your year consumption, right? For 1 year, what will be your consumption? What will be your consumption? You are not going to get it on first day, right? So best is start with on demand. Start with on demand. 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month. Basically, after 4 or 5 or 6 months, you will come to know basically how much monthly billing I am getting. Yeah. So basically, after 6 months of usage, you will come to know that what is my per month bill generation, and on the basis of that, you can you know take the calculation for 1 year or 3 year or 5 year, and you can have a meeting with Snowflake team where you can tell them, okay, this is my upfront capacity agreement with you. Now you tell me the discount. So right, so they will give you a lot of discount, basically 40% discount, 45% discount, and then after that they will give you a credit, you know, let's say 4,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 credit, and then those credit you need to consume within the timeline. If you have an agreement of 1 year, you need to use those credit within a 1 year. If it is a 5 year, you need to use within a 5 year or 3 year term. So whatever agreement you have, and there is no rollover. So these are important because these two things also they will decide what will be your cost to the project. So as I said, start with on demand, and then gradually after some time when you have a idea about your monthly consumption, then you can move to capacity base, you know, with the long term upfront commitment with the Snowflake. Now, now see what we were discussing about the virtual warehouses, right? We got it's a credit waits, you know, and then minimum is 60 seconds. Now let's say in a in on demand offering, let's say in a month I consume, let's say, 100 credits. So how my bill will be calculated? So basically, credit per unit charge, per credit charge, I would say. Per credit charge is different for cloud provider to cloud provider, region to region, and Snowflake addition to addition. Addition to addition. Let's say you selected AWS, right? Let's say you selected, AWS, it will be some X amount. If you selected Azure, it will be, let's say, X.5, or if you selected GCP, it will be, let's say, x.25 per credit. So those number I'm going to give you. Or let's go to slide. Next slide. See here. Basically, if you see here, for AWS, so I have taken just AWS as an example. So if I am having a AWS as a cloud provider and I am taking a US West region, for my standard edition, cost will be $2 per credit. If I am taking an enterprise, it will be a $3 per credit. If I am taking a business critical, it will be a $4 per credit, right? Even though my cloud service provider is same, I am going from US to West, or I selected AP Sydney region. Now you can see for my standard, cost has increased from $2 to $2.75, right? And in enterprise, it has changed from $3 to $4.05. Got it? Yeah. Basically, yeah. So basically, this cost per credit cost depends on the Snowflake additions plus region also within the same cloud provider. And if you go to Azure within same US East region and you are selecting a standard edition, probably this $2 cost will be something different. So I've just taken AWS just to demonstrate you. So don't go with this AWS for now. Just these are the important thing. These are the important thing to you people to understand, that pricing per credit or unit price depends on your Snowflake service edition region, right? And obviously a cloud provider. Got it? Now, so virtual machine for VMs, the calculation is very simple. So if you need formula, so formula is also very simple. The formula is warehouse hourly credit rate multiply, yeah, multiply total second virtual warehouse ran and divide by 36. So let's say, let's think I took a small virtual warehouse, right? Then for small virtual warehouse, my credit consumption is 1 credit per hour, right? Let's say I ran it for 120 seconds. Got it? 120 second divided by 3600. Got it? My calculation will be very simple. This one 1/3 credit I will be charged. Yeah. So if I'm running one virtual warehouse, for one small virtual warehouse for 120 seconds, I will be charged 1.3 credits in 120 seconds. Got it? So very simple. Warehouse hourly credit rate multiply total seconds that VM ran divided by 3600. Got it? So let's say you ran it for 2 hours. 2 hours means 7200 seconds, right? This part 7200 seconds. And I took, let's say, small again. So small hourly credit rate is 1. Multiply this divided by 3600. Basically 2 credit I am going to consume. Right? Then 2 credit. Now I need to make this to, how much bill I am going to get for this 2 credit. So let's say it's AWS, US East region, and it's a, let's say, enterprise version. Then 2 multiply for enterprise, the cost is, let's say, $3, right? Multiply 3 is equal to $6 I will be charged for running small virtual warehouse for 2 hours in US East region for a enterprise Snowflake edition. Got it? Yeah. Now let's move to storage pricing. See, as I said, we have 2 type of offerings. So this is very important. You people need to understand. See this part. This Snowflake service may be subscribed to on an on-demand basis, where usage is invoiced monthly. Just now we discussed. Or on capacity basis, where a set dollar amount of usage is purchased upfront. This also we discussed. And pricing depends on whether you are on demand and capacity base. This is for storage, right? See now. With the capacity basis, we already got a certain number of credits, right? We have discussed just now here, right? Here. This part. When I said here, let's say I committed for, let's say, 0.5 million of usage yearly. I committed with Snowflake. Okay, this is what basically for this amount I'm committing. Within this amount, they gave me, let's say, this 5,000 credit. So this 5,000 credits, so credit billing. So which are, Snowflake components which are charging credits. We have virtual warehouse, right? Cloud service, serverless features. Got it? And many others. So on a high level, let's consider these 3 services, and we will come to know how credits are charged. So this we are aware how credits are charged, and this service also they use credit. So which means the 5,000 credit which I have got after some commitment, some usage commitment or some money commitment with this Snowflake, this will get consumed within these component, directly and indirectly. For storage is not charged on credit basis. It is charged on per TB. Got it? In per TB also, if we are going with some committed or upfront commitment of some amount, we are going to get a lot of discount here also. And there are some tiering which they have done. Lot of discount as compared to on-demand pricing. You will see right now. See, this is our on-demand pricing. Just 1 second. Yeah. So here, can we see third column? On-demand storage pricing. So this $23. So $23 is the on-demand pricing, right? Now, can you see tier 1, tier 2, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, 5, 6, 7 are the different level of certain amount of commitment which we have done with the Snowflake. Got it? If I says that to Snowflake, so in tier 1 and on-demand pricings are almost same. You got it? Now the changes start with tier 2. Now in tier 2 you can see, right, from 23 it came down to $21.47, $21.47. Got it? And here also you can see the charges differ from region to region. In AP Singapore it's 23.33 dollar, and this charges are per TB. Now if you see tier 7, so in tier 7 we are getting at, so in tier 7 almost we are committing almost, I think, 40 million. So I am telling Snowflake, see, yearly I am committing with you that 40 million worth of amount I am committing with you. So in that 40 million of amount commitment, first they gave you some credits, and with that they are also giving you a very good discount on your storage rate also. So you can see here, right, the difference between tier 1, tier 7 or on demand and tier 7 is almost round 10 rupees. On demand and tier 1 it's $23, whereas in tier 7 it's $13.80 per TV charges. Got it? So this is what basically we are going to get a discount when you are going with on demand, you are going with capacity model. And within capacity model also, for storage they have divided into different tier, or it again depends on the amount commit which you are doing with the Snowflake. The more you commit, the more discount you are going to get it. Now let's little bit understand how this Snowflake pricing works for your storage. So guys, let's take an example of storage. So let's think I had a 10 TB of storage. Stored in my storage layer, right? Storage layer, or in some table, let's say. Let's forget the storage layer. I'll say, yeah, or storage layer. This is also fine. Got it? Now, and this was there, this 10 TB on first also, it was 10 TB first day of month. First day of month it was 10 TB. Second also it was 10 TB, and still 15th day of month it was 10 TB. And after that I deleted. Got it? So this was not required, I deleted, let's say. Now what do you think? So basically, which means at the end of 30th or 31st, my storage consumption was, let's say, 0. So how I'm going to charge? How Snowflake will charge? Does this charge on this 0 TB? 0? No. It will average out. So basically you had a 10 TB for 15 days, right? 10 TB for your 15 days, which means you had a 150 TB divided by 30, which means on average for this month, for this full month, on average you have used 5 TB of storage, and you will be charged for this 5 TB. So this is how basically Snowflake does the calculation. So basically it does a average of total storage within that month and multiply your unit. So basically if I am doing let's say I goes for on demand, so basically simple calculation, 5 multiply 23 dollar will be the my bill for this storage. Got it? Even though you deleted this, this will not make any sense, because this deleted will, the data will go to, time travel, and from there it will go to fail safe. So still you will be charged for storage. Okay guys, important thing. So your active data, got it? Time travel and fail safe. All these three combining add to your storage cost. Storage cost. Got it? Active data is something which you have, which is you are using, or it's within the table, you have not deleted. Time travel is something which you have deleted here, and it will go to time travel from 1 to 90 days, whichever, whatever, configurations you have done. Then if you have deleted from here also, it will go to fail safe. So basically all these three parameter will add to your storage cost. Got it? And pricing we have seen. So virtual warehouse and storage pricing is very simple. Got it? And it vary with the options or offering you are going with. On demand, it is different. With the commitment or capacity base, it is different. With capacity base, you are going to get a lot of discount. Got it? Where you need to commit upfront some amount with Snowflake. For that you are going to get the credit, and also with that you are going to get a lot of discount in the storage. Got it? Now move on. Now see, this is the data transfer, and now data transfer over the private link. So private link, just we can ignore for now. So what basically private link is, I will give one high level idea about private link, but I just put it here just to make you understand that there are two costs when you are transferring your data out of Snowflake. One is your data transfer cost, plus if you are using private link also, then you will be charged for this private link cost also. So basically two costs. If you have not set up private link, then you won't be charged. You will be only charged for data transfer cost. But if you are using a private link, then you will be charged for data transfer plus your private link cost. So two cost will be added for along with your data transfer. Okay. So let's consider we are not using private link. Let's make it very simple. We are using a data transfer. So what is data transfer? Okay. Now let's say this is my let's say US East region. Where I have my Snowflake account. Got it? Now let's say this is my AP Sydney region. And now within this region, let's say in US East region, you remember we had a concept of multiple edges, right? Within one region, all these cloud providers having a multiple data center for high availability. Got it? So within this, let's say US East region, I am having this Snowflake account in, let's say, some AZ1, and okay, this is AZ2, and now this is AP Sydney region itself is a different region. Now this AZ1 and AZ2 are in same region of US East, right? I'll just make it like this, and this is a different region, and my this Snowflake account is in AZ1. Now let's say in AZ2 I am having some other workload and I have S3 bucket. Through some mechanism I am transferring data from here to here. One scenario. Now in AP Sydney region I have, this is my DR site. Here in some, just consider region only. Here somewhere in some AZ I have set up my let's say my DR. In case this whole region goes down, I can use this DR site. Got it? And from here I am transferring data to here also. Now how this data transfer cost will be charged? For this data transfer within same region, guys, just understand, within same region, within same cloud provider, and within that cloud provider same region, there is no data transfer charges. Got it? So I'm just taking AWS or Azure, whatever it is, AWS to AWS same region, no charges. AWS to AWS region 1, this is region 2, charges will be there. Got it? Charges will be there. And this is the third scenario where, no, this is the second scenario, right? Region 1 to region 2. Now if we goes from AWS to Azure region, some other region, some other cloud provider we are data transferring, data transfer charges will be there. Got it? So only when we are transferring data from within same cloud provider, got it, within same region, no charges, no charges. Apart from that, we will have a charges. You got it? See, just actually that is not in scope, but again I will tell you, when we are doing transfer, data transfer between same region, right? Within same region we are doing data transfer, so means data stays between the local provider network. You got it? So basically within same region for this AZ1, AZ2, this AWS, they are using some local network provider, so data stays within your local network provider. So that is the reason within same region normally all the cloud provider they won't charge. But if you goes out of region 1 to region 2, then it will be traveling your over the internet also. But when it is a same cloud provider, definitely it will not be the your internet, it will be the that cloud provider backbone network. But still, to setting up those backbone network, there lot of infra is required, fiber cables are required, for that it charges. So whenever you are doing, even Within same cloud provider, different region, you will be charged. To different cloud provider, to different region, you will be charged. Within same region, to cloud provider, you will be charged. You got it? So this is how basically you will be charged. So now you can see here, data transfer to same cloud provider, same region, the charges are different and it's per TB. Just ignore this one. Data transfer to same cloud provider but different region, you will be charged per TB. These are the charges. For example, if you are living, if you are in US East region and you are living or within US East, for within your, this is your source. So basically this is your source region and your data is moving out from this source region. These are the charges. Now one important thing, you see this AP region? For AP Singapore region, your charges is $90 per TB if you are leaving this, if your Snowflake data is going out of this. Same for AP Sydney, right? It's 140. So which means these charges differ from your region to region. So this region is your source region where your Snowflake account is hosted and your data is leaving from there. Then these are the charges. And these are per TB charges. Got it? Now, if you have set up a private link, then you will be charged with this plus this. The calculation is for first PB, you will be charged with $10, $10.24 per PB. Then next 4 PB, these are the charges. And then over 4 PB, over 5 PB, these are the charges. You got it? And plus you will be charged for private endpoint. This is per hour charges. You run it, let's say for 100 hour, then you need to do a calculation for 100 hour how this will be charged. So basically for 1000 hour they have given these charges. Got it? So if you have set up this private link, so basically private link is more from the security purpose. There are some compliance which says your data should not go over the internet, and for those use cases you will set up a private link, from your Snowflake account to your on-premise. Even you can set up. So let's say you have a Snowflake account, got it, and you have a blob storage and you need to read data from the blob storage, right? And as per security reason, public endpoints are not open for your blob storage. So in that case, you are going to set up private endpoints and all those things. So this is where this private link, private endpoints, things comes in, and these are more from the security purpose where your data never goes over the public or internet. It will be within the private tunnel and your data is more secure. Got it? But you will be charged for that also. Now comes the serverless table, guys. Now can you see here? See guys, now cloud services and serverless table, these are also very important. Okay, now just take some time and just understand what cloud services does. So as I said, cloud service is your brain. Got it? You spin one virtual warehouse, what will happen? So basically when you are spinning any virtual warehouse, your cloud service layer will come to know that user is requesting a one small medium size EC2 instance if you have selected AWS as a cloud provider, right? So what cloud service will do, it will call the AWS EC2 API and it will send a request to EC2 that create one small size EC2 instance. Then cloud service, AWS will create a one EC2 instance to you. Once it is spin, you will get a saying successfully virtual warehouse is created, right? So that orchestration part is also done by your cloud service layer. Now you have materialized view, you have clustering, right? Clustered table, you have hybrid tables, you have, you have along with your virtual warehouses, you have enabled query acceleration also, right? Quest, right? Query accelerator service, right? So all those, when those service has to be done, all those things will be taken care by your cloud service, right? Got it? Now there is a, it means, as we know, nothing is free, right? So which it means internally we are charged for cloud service layer also. Got it? But there is a one trick how we are charged. So what Snowflake says, if, okay, now uh, okay, now what Snowflake says, if cloud service, I'm just putting CS, cloud service credit consumption, got it? Credit consumption is less than 10% of your virtual warehouse credit consumption, then no charge. Then no charge for cloud service. Let's take example. Let's say you ran virtual warehouses for 12 hours, one single small, right? You ran one small virtual warehouse for 12 hours, means 12 credits you have consumed, right? Now let's say, so this is your virtual warehouse cost. Now let's say you have normal tables, some permanent, I'm just putting permanent table, got it? Some transient table and some temporary tables, right? Simple tables. Here we are inserting data, which means cloud service layer is not doing any explicit, much thing here. And let's say now we are inserting data here also. So with that, cloud service is also, updating metadata, right? Because cloud service internally keep metadata also for this table. So let's say for keeping this metadata or this information, let's say cloud service consumed one credit. Let's say train it for 1 hour. And for 1 hour, internal running cloud service for 1 hour for, updating metadata for this table is, let's say, 1 credit, just the hypothetical figure. So your 1 credit is less than, got it? Your 10% of 12, means no charges. We will not be charged for cloud service. But now let's say over the time, I have created some tables with auto clustering. I have created some metallized view also, right? And metallized view on some, let's say this some on table 1, which is getting heavily inserts and DML operations, which means this metallized view is getting refreshed very frequently, right? Refresh, which means somewhere, see, for metallized view there are some serverless, serverless feature charges also, so that we will, like see in just after 2 minutes. But let's think, cloud service will also be doing some work for this metallized view, right? It will might be initiating, doing some metadata updation for this auto clustering, also some metadata updation it will be doing, right? And let's say there are, many more activities where cloud service layer internally is running, let's say for 3 hours, and for 3 hours, let's say internally it has consumed 3 credits. But now this 3 credit is greater than your 10 percentage of this 12 credits which are consumed by your virtual warehouse. Then in that case you will be charged for this. Then this will not be free. Got it? This is how basically you will be charged. So this is the calculation for cloud services. So cloud services, there is a 10% waiver of logic which applies only when your cloud service consumption remains below 10% of your virtual warehouse credit consumption. In that case only you are going to get your this one. Otherwise you will not get the discount. Now comes the virtual warehouse, this serverless features, guys. So now this 10% logic does not apply to your serverless feature. Very important. Got it? Now, what are your serverless features? So serverless features are those features for which we do not explicitly create any virtual machines. For example, Snow pipeline. Can you see this Snow pipeline? Let's say you are using a Snow pipeline for some virtual warehouse for doing data ingestion. Now, what will be your charges? Your charges are this one, 0.0037 credits per GB. Got it? 0037 credits per GB. So let's say you are having a 100 GB file. And one more important thing, for Snow pipeline, your costing will be on the actual size, not on the compressed size. Got it? Now let's say you have, so for Snow pipe it's 0.00037, right? 0.0037, right? I think we have put 1 0 extra. 0.0037 per GB. So let's say you are having a one CSV file, you have compressed and you are using Snow pipe. Snow pipe for data ingestion. So after compression, the original size is, let's say, 100 GB. After compression, it is, let's say, 50 GB. Just the hypothetical figure. So Snow pipe will charge you on this 100 GB, not on this. Got it? Which means 100 multiply 0.0037 per GB. This will be your cost per GB credit consumption. Got it? So basically this is how you will be charged for Snow pipe. You will be charged on the basis of per GB on the compressed data. Got it? It is on the uncompressed data. So you will be having so basically if you are transferring this 100 GB of data and this is your calculation, means you have consumed 37 credits, and then you will be per unit for that credit will be multiplied. So this is your consumption, credit consumptions. When you are, see, Snowpipe also it will be running on some virtual warehouse, right? It will be not virtual warehouse, it will be running on some machine. Got it? And for that machine internally, Snowflake will charge you this credit if you are transferring this much of EV. Got it? Now let's take an example of, let me tell you one example which will be good to understand basically what are these feature multiplier. So this is now okay. Let's take an example of hybrid table, guys. Anyways, we have next is hybrid tables only. So first we will cover hybrid tables here, then we will come back to the serverless feature. So it will be in a single shot. I will tell you what is this feature multiplier, and we will take example of hybrid tables. So guys, what are hybrid tables? So as the name suggests, hybrid tables. See, hybrid tables. As the name says, hybrid tables are those tables which you can use for both the purposes, OLAP and OLTP. Got it? So when you have a OLAP, your data will be saved in raw format, and it will be saved in your fast storage, or somewhere what we call as we had a concept of your not SSDs, we will say, yeah, I think it will be SSDs. Yeah, so let's think of it. It is fast storage. This is not your this is not your S3 object storage. In OLAP, it will be your columnar, compress, right? And it will be stored on, let's say, if you have a AWS, it will be your S3 bucket, right? Or I would say blob storage. Got it? So that is the reason for hybrid tables. You will be charged for this also. You will be charged for this also. And for this, the calculation is this. Got it? This is the calculation. You will be charged with this calculation $0.34 per GB per month. Got it? Because here for hybrid table, you are storing data in two format, in two different storage category. If you are having an analytical workload, you are storing data in the Snowflake proprietary storage, which is your S3 bucket or blob storage. Along with that, it is also storing data in raw format in a fast storage or a high performance. I will not say fast storage, I will say high performance. High performance storage. Got it? And for this, you will be charged differently, 0.34, right? $0.34 per GB per month. Along with that, now there is a calculation. See, for this hybrid tables also, whenever you are inserting a data, your data is going at two places, right? It goes here also, it goes here also, which means there are some services which are running internally, right? Probably a cloud service, or let's say some serverless service, something is running, right? Which is moving data here also, it is moving data here also, right? So there are some internal computations, some internal processes are running. Plus, now since this is the OLTP data, you have indexes also, right? Indexes creation, all those things are happening internally. Some maintenance jobs are happening internally for OLTP, right? Here we have a concept of micro partitions, right? But here it's not micro partitions. Yeah, then indexes is also there for OLTP. So all those operation, index maintenance, rebuilding, and all those things are happening, right? Which means some services are running on some serverless compute, and metadata is updating here in cloud services also, right? So you will be charged for this also, right? Internally. Got it? This is where we have a concept of this feature multiplier. Now you will understand what is this feature multiplier with the hybrid table concept. Now in this hybrid table, we have this Snowflake managed compute 1 and cloud service 1, right? For now, just, you know, just simply read it. It's 1 and 1. And we have one credit will be consumed, will be charged if 30 GB read, and one credit will be charged for 7.5 GB write. Got it? It means simple calculation. Now let's say I read 30 GB only. I read 30 GB data only. And I write 7.5 GB data only. Let's say my total this is my some table 1 and this is a hybrid table. Got it? And size is, let's say, 100 GB. And I have to read this 30 GB data from here. So means for this 30 GB, how much credit, will be charged? One credit it consumes. It will come to your billing. And now let's say I am reading. And sorry, this is read. 30 GB data I am reading, and I am writing 7.5 GB data to hybrid table, right? This is right. So for writing this 77.5 GB data, one credit will be consumed. Got it? One credit will be consumed. So means 1 plus 1 for reading in a day. Let's say in a day, or at a single shot, I am reading 30 GB data. So I consumed one credit. And let's say in a day or in a single shot, let's say I'm writing 7.5 GB of data. So one credit is used for 7.5 GB also. So 2 credits. Got it? Now let's say now these are Snow managed compute, right? Snow managed compute. You can see here Snow managed compute, and this is cloud service. Got it? Now let's say for doing these operations, or let's say in a day, let's say my cloud service also, consumed one credit, and my Snowflake managed compute also, let's say it used one credit in a full day for doing operation, maintenance, giving this data, that, like whatever internal maintenance or things are happening for this hybrid table. So these are so let's say my credit service runs for, let's say, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, and it consumed one credit. And same for Snowflake managed, this one, Snowflake managed compute, internally it consumed one credit. So what is this 1 and 1? Well, let's say it consumed 2 credit, then it will be, so means 2 multiply 1 plus 2 multiply 1 is equal to 2 multiply 1, 2 plus 2, 4 credits will be charged for these two by these two feature multiplier. So how many total credits will be consumed for this to this? Total 4 plus 2 is equal to 6 credits. Got it? This is how basically these feature. So basically these feature multiplier are the multiplier which you need to consider. So let's say now now let's say for this replication, right here, for this replication, it's 2. Got it? Or let's take example for this. Let's say, yeah, let's take this replication. Let's say it's replication 2, and for cloud service is 0.35. So means if it was 2 here, for replication it's 2 here. So let's say Snow managed compute. Sono managed compute. Let's say it ran for 3 hours, and in 3 hours it consumed 3 credits. Got it? Then 3 credits multiply this 2 multiplier and plus. So let's say this cloud service consumed 1 credit. Multiply your 0.35. Got it? Equal to this sum. These many credits will be charged for application. Got it? So basically these multipliers also you need to consider when you are using serverless services. So serverless services does not come with free. All these, everything you need to consider. Got it? For let's say, can you see this? Where is that query accelerator, right? For query accelerator, it's 1, and this is only for Snowflake managed compute. Got it? Got it? Query escalator, you know that's query escalator, right? So in query escalator, there is no cloud service feature multiplier, which means your cloud service is not running. It's not doing anything for query escalator. The total cost is only with Snowflake managed compute. So what are Snowflake managed compute basically? See, Snowflake managed computes are those computes which we as a user are not spinning. Where virtual warehouse we spin, those are not Snowflake managed compute. But there are some services for which we do not spin any compute at all. Internally, Snowflake, spin them, abort them, suspend them. The best example is Snow Pipeline. When we are using Snow Pipeline, right, for any data ingestion, internally, this Snow Pipeline is running on some compute which is managed by Snowflake. Good? And Snowflake charge for that. And with that Snow Pipeline, and Snow Pipeline, for Snow Pipeline, we are getting charge on the basis of per GB data. Got it? So basically, this feature table is very, very important to make you understand how we are charged for those services which we are not aware, which we don't have any idea. For example, as a user, I will just go and I will get a hybrid table. But we need to understand how hybrid tables are charged. They are charged on data insertion also. They are charged for data, reading also. Apart from that, you will be charged for Snowflake managed compute also. You will be charged for cloud service compute also. And how you will be charged? You need to, check your feature multiplier there. You got it? So the whole idea of this, today's session was just to make you understand basically what are different components, different services, different features, for which as a user in a project we are charged. And once we are having a good understanding of how we are charged, definitely it will help us to fine tune our project, or it will help us to make a decision before we start spinning any new services. So guys, I think this session will be really helpful for you, and I think you have enjoyed. And now next I'm going to make a video on your time travel, micro partitioning, clustering, or I would say I'm going to take all the important features of Snowflake which are very, very useful for as a user in day-to-day project use. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.